Welcome back to the Blue North. Today I'd like to talk about what's going on in China, but what's not going on in Canada and the United States. Right now, China is carrying out what's known as genocide against a group of people. I believe it's pronounced the Uyghurs. It's a group of Muslims that live in the bottom section of China that came up from Turkey and other countries, I guess, right at the border there. They are rumored to be even harvesting organs out of these people. Sadly, Justin Trudeau is silent on this genocide. The Conservatives and the other parties in Canada held a vote whether or not they wanted to describe what was going on as genocide, label it as genocide, speak out against it because it's genocide. The vote happened. The parties of Canada agree it is genocide. But sadly, all of that happened without the Liberal Party and the Prime Minister of Canada showing up to take part in this vote. It's disgusting. Of all days, you avoid showing up when you're needed to show some sort of unity on an issue that's going on in the world. 1939 to 1945, World War II raged, and millions and millions of lives were lost to stop the Third Reich, the Nazi Party of Germany. And only upon defeating them did they realize what evil was going on, that there was a genocide against the Jewish people taking place. Well, we have all kinds of things we say. We like to say, lest we forget, and we like to say that never again, but it does happen again. In Rwanda, it happened. Romeo Dallaire, Canadian general, wrote a book called Shaking Hands with the Devil, describing how the Canadians in a peacekeeping role had to watch as a genocide was happening. People didn't stand up. They didn't help enough. Did we learn from that? What lessons did we take from that? Nothing. Because here we are with a genocide happening in China, and the leader of Canada and his party are silent. They didn't show up for the vote. Wasn't important enough for them. Equally silent is the President of the United States, Joe Biden. Now, Joe and his son Hunter have a pretty storied history with China. They seem to get a lot of money from the Chinese for their personal gain. Perhaps this is why Joe Biden, in a CNN town hall with Anderson Cooper, said he won't comment on the actions of the Chinese. He said, "Oh, the leader of China, he knows that he'll have to answer for this, but Joe's not going to hold him accountable. The most powerful country in the world, and you're giving him a pass." And then he called it a cultural norm. Like it's something that the Chinese people wanted, was these people to be eradicated. It's disgusting. It is, I don't agree with anything Joe Biden has been doing. All of these executive orders and weakening the country from within. The policies of great unemployment and all of the things that he's doing, these affect people's lives. But being silent on genocide, both Trudeau and Biden need to learn how to be leaders. This is not leadership. This is not how you lead powerful countries that have the ability to stop stuff like this. You are in a position, Joe Biden, that you have a friendship with the leader with the president of China. You could use that to influence him to stop his actions against this group of people. But you give him a free pass. And you say that you will use the pulpit at the UN, to advocate for human rights. But yet you're silent. You have the ability to get into China, to reach the leader, but you refuse to use that because it might interfere with your personal gain. Justin Trudeau had the Chinese here in Canada training their troops. And yet he will not show up for a vote. The lack of empathy for the human factor in this from Biden and Trudeau is sickening, disgusting, and I hope the voters in Canada and the United States remember these situations in the next election. This is not leadership. This is not how you stand up when the world needs you. I'm disgusted by both of these men. I'm disgusted by the Liberal caucus for not showing up. Shame on each and every last one of you for being silent on this. It's heartbreaking. My thoughts and prayers go out to the group of people having genocide used against them in China, these Uyghurs. There needs to be more done. We have to stand up to this. We know from our history, from Rwanda, from Germany. Auschwitz stands to this day so that we remember what atrocities happened there. We don't pay money and have Auschwitz stand just so that we can say, yeah, it's there. We're doing that just to whatever, but we don't care if anything happens. No, we stand up when we need it. When we need to, we have to voice our opinion and use our strength. I'm disgusted by the actions of the Liberals, by the Prime Minister, and by the President. I will be following this genocide, this whole situation. So hit the subscribe button and follow along. And hopefully we can hold Justin Trudeau and Joe Biden accountable for this. And maybe we can make some sort of difference together.